everybody, and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we're down at the allotment. I've got a few bits and pieces to do. One of the main things what I wanted to do was regulate the temperature in the polytunnel, which I've got it down to 21 with the window open, but the sun hasn't come up yet. You can see it's overcast a bit. What I've got a curry plant here, and now this is a curry plant. I have to read the labels. This is a tarragon or peppercorn, and this is a tricolour sage. So what I'm going to be doing, my daughter's going to be doing this for me. I'll let my cameraman come round and show you where I'm putting these. I've got a herb box here. I've got a herb box here what's got oregano, rosemary and some thymes in there. They're all coming along. So this was going to be for me to put my herbs in. So my daughter's going to put those in. I can see some volunteer okra yams out here what's coming up. And then this grass is just getting on my nerves at the moment. My onion bed round here, you can see all this was flat, and you can see all the weeds and everything what's growing. We did weed all the way along, but you can see as soon as you do it, they're all ready to come back again. My roses have started blooming and everything, and I'm just looking back and I can see these potatoes are starting to get their flowers. Don't know, I know some were early potatoes, but when you see the flower buds, you just got to pick them off. Just checking if there's any more. So I'll pick off all these flower buds and then get on with it. So I'll just throw those over there. Right, so got to just get these weeds out of the onion bed. Got a few in this as well. And then what I want to do as well, if my back and my legs hold out, just got to weed this one out, lightly fork it over these two beds, because I want to get my my sweet corn in and my beans in as well. So that's what I want to do with these two beds here. So I want to make a start on those, so bear with us, and then once I've done that, then I might put some seeds in. I've got some plants at home, but I wanted them to establish a bit more, but I just want to slightly fork it over, get all this stuff out as well, so I had to order 2 more coyote plants because my ones were totally dead in the pot. They just burnt out. Then we'll just gradually do things as we go along. I see my one of my rhododendrons there starting to flower and everything, but I've got to still come along and get all this grass trimmed down again. So I'm going to get on with things, then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so we managed to get our herbs in, which is what else? Tarragon, a curry leaf and a tricolour sage. So if I get any other thymes then I can put them in there. I've brought out another one of my potato buckets from the inside. I think these are pink furs, so I've got 2 buckets to come out, so I'm just putting them in there. And then up the front here now, my daughter's gonna pot for me. We've got this tomato plant here, which is a shimmer. That's what it looks like. So that's going to be staying in the polytunnel. So I'm going to be putting it in one of them grey pots. And then in this big orange one, we've got Ogan melon plants. So I'm going to be putting the 2 of them in. I've got 2 of them, so I'm going to be putting them in this pot here. So she's going to be doing that meanwhile. And up here, got this bed just lightly forked it over because I want the manure to stay on top. You can see I've got some weeding out to do, and I've weeded out that, and I've seen a lot of these little red ants. I'm gonna have to see, because I set some traps, a couple of them worked and then some of them haven't, so I'm gonna have to find another way of getting rid of the ants. So I'm gonna lightly dig this one over as well. Got this one to lightly dig over, and then once I lightly dug her, I can smell that stuff what we mixed up. It's really giving off a whiff now. I let my cameraman come round a bit more. He's always far away. I can see my fig tree. First got it last year. You can see quite a few nice figs on there. I put some fertiliser on there last time to get it going. Sorry about that, it's just the aeroplane noise. And what I'm gonna do when they bring around some of the better quality wood chip, then I'll just top that back up and make it nice and level. I see my neighbour, he's just annoying me now. He's a committee member, he was cutting down these. I weeded up all these stinging nettles because I didn't want to get to them. And it looks like he's been down and chopped them down and left them over my side, which I've got my plants in here. So got that to deal with now. See my gladiolus coming up. This was a thing what came up last year, which is a gourd. It came up last year and started running, so I don't want that running. So we've got to come along here again and deal with these nettles again. And then deal with this grass again. Right, so gonna lightly get these grasses out and then lightly weed this one over as well. That smell's just going right up my nose now. But it's all good. Right, so I'm gonna do this and I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so we've got these 2 beds where we want them. So just got to level off this soil a bit. And get everything nice and flat. Done that bed. I forgot my cable ties, but I'm going to get the seeds in nevertheless. So that's that. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to find my seeds, what I'm putting in now. Oh, I'm all hot and everything now. I've got some corn seed going in there, and then I've got my French bean seeds, what I'm going to be putting in that one. So I'm going to find those and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so I've dug this bed up, and then these are some cobra climbing French beans, what I've had in the polytunnel all this time. I don't even know if they're still good. Might get a couple out of them, but I want to get these out of these pots now and get them into the ground. See, they all were tangled up. They were climbing, and some of them I see has got starting to flowers. So what I'm going to do, because I need my cameraman to do this meanwhile, I'm going to get off all, see if I can find the ones what's running, and then get those going up some poles. You can see, might have to end up doing that to some of them, breaking off some of them and getting them in the ground. Right, so I'm going to do this and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so I was going to put in some of my French beans, but because they're grown long, I needed the ties to tie them onto the pole, which I haven't got, so I have to leave that for now. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get in some seeds meanwhile. These are my sweet corns, what I'm putting in there. I've got some what's going up the other end, but I'm going to be putting the seeds along this end. These are a white sweet corn F1 white lady. So that's what I'm putting in, and I'm going to be putting in some Swift as well, and I'll see what other ones I've got and put in. So all I'm doing is just putting them in a row, and then I put the other row alternative so that you don't really plant corn in a row. You just plant them zigzag. So I just need to get these open, which is taking me a bit of time. So I'm just going to do this and then I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so I'm just trying to do a bit of everything today because I don't want to stay down here too late. These are my exhibition onions, which was the sweet Spanish ones, and then forgot what the name of the other one is now. My daughter's going to tell me. Huh? Oh, it's a wrong name. Well, I know there's 2 different ones. There's a sweet one and one's a big. So these are like exhibition onions. So what I'm going to be doing, I've got this bed here. I've just put some chicken manure pellets in there and some bone meal. So I've got to tidy up in here as well. And all I'm seeing everywhere is all these red ants. I don't know where they're coming from. I'll just get rid of them while I see them. They're all in this bed, but once I start watering and everything, that'll get rid of them. And I'm going to put a layer of koi. Wonder if I should put the koi on now. Yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a layer of koi. Or just looking at this, I'm wondering why the top is broken off. But I think that's how it is. One of my sweet potatoes. But I'm going to show you everything in a minute. I'm seeing a lot of these little white insects walking around as well. Don't know if they're baby ants or what. So what I'm going to do, let's rest that on top there first. I'm going to put some koi on top of this to keep in the moisture. Just a thin layer. Because when in here gets hot, it really gets hot in here. And then I'll do what I'm doing out here and then I'll show you what's going on. Right everybody, so I've got my tub here, let my cameraman come in, and I've got my onions, but chop the top off and just the roots. So I've got a bit of stick here, going to be putting them down. Got all muck on here. Then I'm just going to drop them in the hole about 5 inches apart. Got all stuff on here. About 5 inches apart. And these are my exhibition ones. So I'm just going to do about half of the bed and the other half I'm going to be using for something else. These were grown from seed, so never grown onions from seed before, so just trying a thing. I think they're better off when you grow them from the bulbs, but these took so long to get to this stage. So about 5 inches apart, which gives them enough space to spread. Then just push them down. See all the root system on them. So can just make the holes in, then just put the onions in after. Right, so done that, so that's what it's going to be looking like. So I'm going to do this and then be back with you in a minute. Right everyone, so I left my daughter to carry on with the onions, because of time, and I'm stretching my back here. As you can see, I've got quite a few rows. I planted some of the corns what I had from home, which was what my last year corn, and I've got I'm leaving this space because I've got some corn at home as well, what's already grown in pots, what's already just ready to go in, which I'm going to be putting up this end. So I've just got some more weeding up. So right, these are black sweet corns that my cameraman Cummins. So I'm just putting a row of these in and see what they're like. I have got some strawberry ones or something, some red ones as well, which my daughter got me. So getting these in. As you can see, I'm just putting them in randomly. I'm not space, just putting them so that they're cross-pollinate each other. Right. I was going to keep some back, but I'm just going to put all of them in. Can't be asked. Right, so that's all those in. I've got some mini mops, which I don't know. Oh, I'm just seeing what I've got. I've got red popping corn, so these are for popcorn. So you have to grow them, leave them, let them dry and all that process. Swifts I've planted and more mini mops. And then these are the ones that I grew, and I saved some of the seeds from last year. I'm sure mini mops are what those little, them small ones what you use for cooking and that. I think I grew some of these, but then when you leave them they get too big, so that's why I didn't really want to grow these ones. And you see they're different. These are a different seed, so just going to do a row and see what happens. Just putting them random. Now I have to hope that the birds don't come and pick these up. So what happens if they get too thick, then I'll just come and they'll all sprout, then I'll just come and thin them out, take out the weaker ones. So that's all the corns what I'm putting in. So leave the pole there so I know when I come with my other ones what's already sprouted, then I'll just carry on. If I've got any left over, then I've still got space on other beds where I can put them. So I'm just going to cover these up and I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so I've got my corn and everything covered over, and I wanted to put in a couple of rows of French beans. I've got some growing at home, and then the ones what I've got in the polytunnel as well. So I've got a mixture of seeds here, which is the Cobra, Blue Lake, and what's the other one? And Blarhide. So that's a mixture of them. So I'm just putting them random seeds. I'm not really too fast. They're all climbing French beans anyway, so they'll all get used. So I've made the rows already, so I'm just going to drop them in randomly. Whatever grows where grows. I've tried these at home in pots, and I don't know what's happening this year. Just can't get nothing to grow. I've tried my pumpkins. I'm going to have to try them again. And see what happens. I've all had to get some new seeds and that, so, and then use some of the ones what I've got at home, the Crown Prince and that. So if you're liking our videos, please remember, like, share and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell another friend. If you want to leave any comments, you can leave a comment in the comment section. We will get back to you on them. If there's anything that you want to ask me, you can answer in the comment section. We do answer everybody. So I'm just getting these in. Then I'm going to give everything a good water and the polytunnel and everything. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, so we more or less got everything done. You can see everything's coming nicely along in my polytunnel. All my carrots and everything. My peppers, I don't like the way the leaves are looking a bit thing. I don't know if it's because I left the thing and they weren't hardy enough, so the leaves dried up a bit. So more or less got everything done what I wanted to do today. I put water in these. Don't know. Didn't put no water in those, so I'm just going to put a little bit of water in this. So as you can see, none of my pumpkin plants have germinated or even not showing any signs, because you can tell if they're growing by them pushing up. So I ain't got none of those. So we're getting there, slowly but surely we'll get there. The only thing is, I've seen a lot of red ants, and I don't know where they're coming from. So I've got to find a way of dealing with those. I've got to get these off the ground, because this is starting to run now. You see how much length it's grown. So I've got to either let that go up or see what I can do with it, so that we don't step on it. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share and subscribe. Watch the ads as well, that helps us along. We're getting there with your help, and hopefully we can bring you better content. So you take care until the next time. Thanks for watching.